2030, they want a situation where you own nothing and be happy. By 2030, they want all of us to be human 2.0. This is not a conspiracy theory. It almost practically want to merge humans and machine. The Bible talks about it in Daniel chapter 2, verse 43 to 45, that there's going to come a time when iron will mix with clay. Revelation 13, verse 14 says, the devil will deceive the people of the world to make images unto the devil, and the devil unto the beast, and the devil will have power to give breath to the images, and that the images will speak and cause as many as will not worship the beast to be killed. So what I mean here is, whether it's clones, it's images to the beast. Whether it's the little thing whether your fridge is talking to you, it's images to the beast that has been given breath. And right now, people can go outside, Wemos are driving outside with no drivers, everybody's gonna lose their job. They're gonna have over 90% unemployment. And then once people are totally unemployed, then they will do universal high income. That's what they said, they'll give you money for free. And, Yuval Noah said what they're going to do with useless people because, they'll give them drugs and video games. So it's going to come a time when you're not going to be able to buy or sell without taking some kind of digital ID. They call it the mark in the Bible, but it's a digital ID. They already have it prepared. They have the quantum dot tattoo. You can Google it. It's going to stick to your hand. You have your vaccine record, your financial record, and everything. And it will come to a time when you're not going to be able to leave your home and do anything meaningful without having a digital ID. It's coming. It's not. If you look at the way things are right now, you go throughout the whole world. If you travel to Nigeria recently, everywhere is digital. Everywhere in Nigeria, you cannot even go to the bank and just withdraw 200,000 naira easily anymore. Everything right now is e-naira, e-this. You have to transmit it digitally. When it gets really bad, they're going to get to a place where your money will not work. If they lock down and say you can't go for 5 miles, your money will not work if you go for 5 miles because of what they call central bank digital currency. And I hope somebody's recording this so that you can look at it later. But so I say this not to get you scared, because I want people to be prepared, not scared. Basically on our ranch in Texas, we can lock down there for years and not have to come out. If I have an 86-acre. I have several ranches, thank God. But I have 86-acre ranch that has house, it has solar, we have chicken, we have a chicken coop. We don't buy eggs, we eat eggs from our chicken coop. We don't buy meat because our cows produce meat. We kill one cow and it lasts us for about 2 years, so we don't buy meat. We don't buy, we have fish in the lake, and we grow food, we grow all kinds of vegetables and everything, bitter leaf, jama, egusi, we grow everything. So, and then we have stock up food in a way that we might not need to come out of that place if we don't need to. And right now in this situation, you'll be like, well, Dr. Stella, we're not rich like you. We don't have ranches, but you can form communities. If all of you in this church, if the pastor says, let the church buy maybe a 10-acre land, in that land, they can put a small house that they can stock up food. You can form communities that can support everyone when things get crazy. And it is important that we do that. It's important that every place build their own Goshen. Do you understand? You can stock up bags of rice, bags of beans, bags of gari. Like this 50-pound bag of gari, it can last you for a long time. Beans, rice, and stuff that you can eat. A good thing about it is that in Africa, our food can last a long time. Dry fish, dry meat, crayfish, these things you should stock up. You should buy meat, if you can get meat. I always tell people, if you buy meat right now, please, I'm not sure that they can add bone to lab-grown meat. So, I'm just saying. So, but think about it. You can go to an abattoir and buy a cow, and everybody can contribute money to slice that cow, and you can store it, and then you can take some of it and dry it very well. And if you dry it very well, you can throw it in your pantry. It doesn't have to be in the fridge. So it's not something that takes a lot. If you people start watching out for each other, these things can be done easily. But it's just that everybody right now nobody is thinking about this. So pastor, mama pastor, please start building communities that can help people, building a community that can help all of you survive in the state of craziness. The first thing I'll talk about preparedness, you have to be spiritually prepared. Lose your fear of death. If you read the book of Revelation, between now and the end, I can tell you, half of the world will die. I can tell you that some of us here will be among those that will die. It doesn't matter if you're saved, because to live is Christ, to die is gain. If you look at everything as you run through the end of Revelation, it will not be long. If the Lord is probably going to come rapture us out of here, and then the dead in Christ will meet us, and then eventually we're all coming back to spend eternity with the Lord Jesus, right here. Let me ask this question. How many of you want to spend eternity in heaven with God? Put your hand up. You're not going to spend eternity in heaven with God. You're going to spend eternity on earth. If you read the Revelation towards the end, there's a new heaven and a new earth. The kingdoms of God becomes the kingdoms of this world. God comes and lives with us on earth. Earth was created for human beings, not heaven. So the Lord is coming to live. So it's going to be back like in the Garden of Eden. So we're going to spend eternity with the Lord right here on earth, after the devil has been thrown in the lake of fire. So make sure your heart is right with God. Children, young people, don't think that you're not going to go to heaven with your mom. Don't get to the situation where the rapture will happen. Mom and dad is gone, and then you're sitting in the house by yourself. You don't know because you were not paying attention to what they are saying in church. Do you understand what I'm saying? So make sure that your heart is right with God. The safest place to be right now is in Christ. Tell your friends, tell everybody about Jesus, because they need to know that. The second thing on preparedness is physical preparedness, food. Stock up rice, beans, things that, if you go to the store, there are food packets you can buy, even in Walmart, that can last for 10 years or 25 years. If you go to buy like Goya beans and everything, they usually last for like 7-8 years. And of course, after 7-8 years, they are still good for a long time. So go buy food that you feel that can last for a long time. They have, you can get them, but things like rice, they don't expire. So don't throw away your food because it has an expiration date. Throw away your food if it smells bad. So try and stock up bags and bags and bags of rice. We probably have over 1,000 bags of rice. Beans. Rice and beans can feed you just rice and beans and a little Maggi. Can practically give you a full course meal. If you have vegetable growing in your backyard, you can get all your spices right there. All right, so food, water. Get a water filtration system. That they have water filtration system that you can throw in a gutter and carry dirty water and filter it. Because times will come when you will need that. Okay? Learn urban farming. If you have a small backyard, farm in that backyard. You can do, there's a lot. Go on Google, you can learn it. Go on YouTube, you can learn it right now. You can do vertical farming where in a small place you can practically grow yam in a bag. You can grow potatoes, like, Irish potatoes. Those things, they grow in like maybe 2-3 months. So you can grow that. Like I said, we grow a goosey, we have, all kinds of things. But bitter leaf, water leaf, something. Start growing food. Learn how to do it. Get used to doing it. And it not only help you if something crazy happens, it will help you to eat better. And when you're growing food, try to use organic fertilizers. If you go to the store, there are fertilizers that are organic, like cow poop, chicken poop, ground fish and stuff like that. So use organic fertilizers, because right now our food supply is getting corrupted. All right, now the next thing is power. You need to, listen, most things are not going to work if there's no electricity. Even you cannot use your septic if there's no electricity. Your water will not work. So the one thing that you need to work in your house if there's no electricity is your refrigerator. If you have a refrigerator and a fan, those two things need to work. So you need to get a solar power bank. They do have solar power banks that can run refrigerators that have like 2,000 watts of energy, and you connect it with, you have like even solar, you have like this, how do I call it? You have like solar panels that you can just buy and put it outside and just bring it to the house and connect it. You need solar power banks that you can charge your phone and stuff like that. So we have those, they are available. They are not that expensive. For $1,000, $700, you can get a small solar power bank that can, and get the panel that works with that particular solar power bank. Because different panels work with different banks. So when you get that, then you know that if something crazy happens, at least you have power. Like I left here yesterday. I went to my children's house. I had given them like a 3,000 watts power bank. They have used it several times when they've been on electricity. At least your fridge. Fridges don't use that much electricity. So if you can run the fridge and have solar coming in to run the fridge, then you can keep your food. You can have cold water that if it gets super hot and your AC is not working, frozen water and a fan can keep you. There's a fan thing that we buy from Sam's Club. From Home Depot. It's less than $100, but you can put water on the under of it. You can put like ice and water, and then it will blow very cold air. So you have those kind of things. You need a propane tank that you can use to cook. You can get a charcoal grill. You can cook anything on a charcoal grill, and you can practically put twigs like branches inside a charcoal grill and use it to cook. You need flashlights and batteries and stuff like that, so that if you go to Walmart, they have like sleeping bags that you can, at 30 degrees, you can enter those sleeping bags and it will keep you warm at 30 degrees. So you need to get things like that, Get like a walkie-talkie where you can communicate in about a 5-mile radius. Those are some of the things that I tell people. But most importantly, you need medical preparedness. So medical preparedness, 1, get a robust first aid kit. Make sure you have a first aid kit. Your first aid kit should have everything. Over-the-counter medicines you need in an emergency, pain relievers, fever medicine, antibiotic creams, steroid creams, Band-Aid, crepe Band-Aids, little things that you need. You need to go to the store, antacids, alcohol pads, stuff like that you will need if something happens. Anti-diarrhea, you need to get those and keep it in your medicine cabinet. And then the second thing about medical preparedness, like I said, get a robust first aid kit. You really can do that, but that is like a whole lecture that I do on building a robust first aid kit that you can use to survive all kinds of things. But we have 2 things that we do. 1, we help people to be medically prepared by stocking up hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin nationwide. That's 1. And then the second thing you can get from us, which is prescription that only doctors can do, is 7 antibiotics you will need in an emergency. You can get it from us. You can go on our website and make an appointment. If you make an appointment, if you use promo code POG, Palace of Grace, POG, you'll get a discount. So you can get 7 antibiotics you need in an emergency, but importantly, hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin. Because most pharmacy might not feel hydroxychloroquine. They might feel antibiotics for you, but they won't give you hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin because the powers that be don't want that to happen. So make sure that you get it today. Why? Because most of the viruses that they are talking about are sensitive to hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin. Those 2 medicines can help you with arthritis. It can help you with cancer. It can help you with parasites. We're about to use it for deworming. It can help you with most of these viruses. It is important that you have it in your medicine cabinet. As I'm standing here during COVID, there were times when every time we had 2,000 patients waiting to see us. Many people died because we were not sleeping. We had about 50 doctors working. With 50 doctors, you still cannot see 2,000 patients a day. It was a lot of work. So those times, you will not be able to reach me, and many doctors will not want to be involved. So it's better for you to get it done today. So if you go to my website, drstellamd.com, make a telemedicine appointment, we will send it to a pharmacy. The pharmacy will ship it to you. Use promo code Palace of Grace, POG, and you will get a discount. Number 1. So medical preparedness, 1, over-the-counter medicines you need in an emergency. 2, prescription medicines you need in an emergency. That's 1. I can't give it to you. You have to make an appointment. You can get our card when we finish here, and with that card, you can go online and do the appointment for your family. Now, the third thing with medical preparedness is to build a robust immune system. Like I said, COVID, flu, bird flu, Zika, dengue, all this stuff, even the hantavirus that they are talking about, these are RNA viruses. RNA viruses are sensitive to zinc. Zinc does not enter your cell. The zinc you eat in food does not have a good bioavailability. That means it cannot enter your cell. So you need a zinc transport system to enter your cell. Most people will just go and start taking 50 milligrams, whatever, of zinc. If you take too much zinc, it will affect your copper level and you end up with anemia. So we put together supplements that carry the adequate amount of zinc and the adequate amount of the zinc transport system, like quercetin, elderberry. So we have the supplements here that you should buy and take. Like, you will not know, like Pastor said here earlier, that, 1 day in the hospital, $5,000. If you buy our like COVID spray or COVID 6 months supply, it's like $140. You know what I'm saying? You do not know the price of health till you get sick. Like I've been taking daily wellness tea, a tea that has moringa, mint, ginger, turmeric, ginger, turmeric, and 6 different herbs. Mint. I've been taking that daily with Revive. When I started taking it, before I started taking it, my blood pressure was getting higher. I'm 61 years old. My blood pressure was getting about 149, 150 over 80, 90. I had not really started taking medicine, but I was getting concerned. My A1C was on the border of diabetic. It was already around 6. My cholesterol was like 220, just going up. I was like, So when I started taking this tea, the first thing that happened to me is that I stopped drinking juice. I used to drink juice, crave sugar, crave this. I stopped craving all that stuff. It's like people that want to take GPL. This is like a GPL one. It makes me, I'm not craving all that food that I used to crave to eat. And what did I do? By the time I drank this tea and Revive for 3-4 months, the last time I checked my lab work, my A1C was down to 5.1. My cholesterol was down to like 180 without taking any medicine. And my blood pressure right now is running like 120 over 70. That's the blood pressure I had when I was like 30. Why? Because I'm taking something that is detoxing my system from a lot of junk, number one. And number two, is helping me stay healthy. And number three, it's helping me not to crave the junk food that we all crave. I didn't realize that my drinking juice was a disease until I stopped drinking it. And guess what? The money, like the daily wellness routine that I do costs about maybe $180 or so. You don't know how much money I saved in not buying juice, in not buying ice cream. My grocery bill, the money I saved in groceries from not eating all that junk, but that by itself can overcome everything that I'm spending to get those supplements. So that's what I'm trying to get you guys to do. So over there you need to build your immune system so that if hantavirus comes, you don't succumb. And then have hydroxychloroquine in your medicine cabinet. Like when we were coming here, when I go among groups, I always take a dose. If you hear, the hantavirus strain that they say is coming might be the one that can transmit from person to person. Hantavirus is not COVID. It has a 30 to 40% death rate. It's crazy. If they truly release this, these people are truly evil. But don't wait to know. Just build a robust immune system. For 6 years, I've taken care of COVID patients. I've never been sick. Why? Because I take the supplements. My immune system is built up. In the past 6 years, our immune system has been messed up. If you do not get COVID, you got the jab. If you do not got the jab, you got shedded upon. So most of us are like, and then the food we eat, the environmental pollution. So these teas and things that we're doing is helping you to build a strong immune system. So medical preparedness, number one, build a robust first aid kit. Number two, order hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin and 7 antibiotics you can need in an emergency. If you could, in Nigeria, it's over the counter. So if somebody is at home, you can get them to actually bring it to you. You don't have to go to our website. This is not about me making money. It's about me getting you safe. So you can get it from Nigeria. You don't need to even go to our website. So I'm good with that. Just get hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin and 7 antibiotics you will need in an emergency, right? And then, but the supplements is what you need to get, all right? And we have them here. Build an immune system that will survive anything. The 2 cases of the hantavirus is in Atlanta. So that's how they started with COVID. They say it will not transmit from person to person. 2 months later, we're all in a lockdown. So that is just what I want to say. And then the last thing I'm going to say is that because we produce a lot of amazing products that we're selling, we now got, we want people to also AI-proof your life by joining as an ambassador, using the products. When you join as an ambassador, you get 20% off everything that you buy. If you refer it to your friends and family, you get 20% off what they spend. So you can actually create a side hustle that can become a full-time hustle that can make you good money. Because those products, everybody needs them. When you start taking them, you will see how good they are. And you will share your testimony, and they can go to your website, order it, you'll get 20% cash back from what they are doing. So that's all I have to say today. So we're going to be over there if you have any questions. If you have questions, you can ask questions. Right, Pastor? Can they ask questions? Questions? Yes. Any questions? So when I come back next time and I ask the same question, how many of you can survive for 6 months if you don't come out of your house? I want everybody's hand to be up. So I'm going across there. We have what do you call it? Okay, I'm going to be in that center, right? And you can come and ask questions to get the vitamins you need, get the card so that you can get what you need for you and your family. I want everyone, do not be afraid, be prepared. Amen.